Good morning, Bishop Lynch. Today is March 26, 2014.
And you're watching this week's edition of
Across Campus.
I'm really craving a donut right now.
Me too.
I wonder where we can get the best ones in Dallas.
Will and Aldo have more in this report.
Throughout the United States, donuts are Americans' favorite breakfast treats. Let's see what kids at Bishop Lynch have to say about their favorite kinds of donuts and see if they can tell us what goes into making them.
Where do you think is the best place to buy donuts here in Dallas?
I would say Hypnotic Donuts here on Garland Road. Literally the best donuts.
I go to the place by my house called the Donut Shop.
Definitely Cafe Donuts.
Cafe Donuts because the donuts melt in my mouth, man.
I'd have to say Southern Made. The donuts are great, but I've just been going there my whole life, so I've just grown to love it whenever I do go. And they always give you like 1 or 2 extra donuts.
Probably like Highlands Donuts by my house.
There's this one place by my house called Donuts. It's the best.
Okay, what do you think are the main ingredients in donuts?
Dough, sugar, icing.
Dough, sugar, God's tears, unicorn tails. Well, definitely flour, milk.
Donut ingredients consist of flour, yeast, water, milk, sugar, eggs, and a lot of more ingredients. Every expert donut maker will tell you that oil is the most important ingredient since it is what gives each donut that special taste. Studies show that the average American eats 7 dozen donuts a year. America itself consumes more than 10 billion donuts each year. What's your favorite kind of donut?
Donut holes, sprinkle donuts, and pigs in a blanket.
A donut named the Evil Elvis, I think. And it's a glazed donut. It has peanut butter spread on top of it, pieces of bacon on it, and it's like drizzled with honey.
We have chosen 4 Bishop Lynch students to see if they can pick out their originally chosen donut while chasing other options. Let's see if they can choose their own donuts as well as get their comments to see who has the best.
Thoughts, which one do you think it is?
Well, I'd say Lakewood.
I have no idea.
Oh, yeah, nor eating it. Look, Matthew, your turn.
Oh God.
Woo! Alex?
Why does it taste minty? What is in this? I also think it tastes like mint.
That's what I said! It said it tastes like mint!
Green tea and bacon. I don't know. I just.
Oh, I can tell which one this is just by feel.
That's good.
Oh, I know this one. It's so good.
Yeah,
I know it is. Like Highlands Donuts.
Yeah.
I can tell from the taste that was like
Highlands.
This one tastes like one of those like sugar cookies that you get.
That was definitely like Highlands.
Keep eating it.
Like Highlands.
I'd say the last one, the Lake Highlands. Definitely.
Oh, definitely Cafe Donuts. Lakewood.
Which one was
Lakewood.
the first? Lakewood.
Lake Highlands.
Yeah. LH all the way.
Lakewood.
Oh my gosh.
So we got a draw.
Hey, one of y'all want to eat a donut?
I mean, that's fine. You can just. Pretty obvious though.
First and last.
Like Highlands.
Yes! Of course, donuts are deliciously good, but too much can be harm to one's health. This has been Will Cynical and Aldo Torres reporting for Across Campus.
Wow, those were some great donuts. Thanks, Will and Aldo, for that report.
And now it's time for this week's most interesting student of the week.
His small talk has altered foreign policy. He once ran a marathon because it was on his way. Sasquatch has taken a photograph of him.
Whoa, 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 whoa. This is not the most interesting man in the world. This is the most interesting student of the week. And this week is Ina Wines. According to the UNICEF, there are more than 163 million orphans worldwide. Ina Wines has impacted this 163 million through WOW, Women's for Orphans Worldwide. She aided her mom in starting WOW and has even made a WOW club here at Bishop Lynch that organizes fundraisers for orphans throughout the world. WOW's goal is to serve orphans and help them through their struggles while also leading others to learn about their needs.
Ina is sassy and really funny, just super nice, fun to be around. She's great. She's also really just caring too. She really cares a lot. She's a big heart.
Well, Ina is an amazing person. Every person she meets, she's nice to, and just getting to know her in the volleyball program, she was the one that people look to for guidance and leadership. And so it tells a lot about a person's character when they're seen as a leader on the court, even though they don't have to say a lot of words.
She's really funny when you get to know her. She's really happy-go-lucky. Like, no matter what we're doing or where we are, we always have a good time.
Me and my brother were adopted from Russia. My dad is a marketing director. My mom works for Orphan Outreach. And so my mom has always been in with orphans and helping them.
Her and her mom founded WOW almost 10 years ago, and she's been going to Guatemala every summer since then. And I went to Guatemala with her this past summer, and I know that WOW does a lot of work in Guatemala and Russia and a bunch of the third world countries.
And it's not exclusive to just women, even though it says Women for Orphans. There's men in it too. They bring money, we do service projects there. We paint their buildings, we give them we make sport courts, we redecorate their rooms if they need it.
Guatemala is definitely a third world. Like, no matter where you travel in the city, like, there's definitely nicer parts, but overall it's definitely full of poverty.
It's really gotten me to understand how many orphans there really are in the world. Like, there are billions that people don't even know. Like, there's many in the United States people wouldn't think that there are, but there's a lot.
Well, we went to Guatemala and for 6 days, and we went to several different orphanages and helped the kids, like, played with them, helped paint some rooms, and then we also donated a lot of sports equipment. We even did a sports court there and just hung out with the kids most of the time.
This was the first summer that I finally got to go, so it was really cool to experience that and, like, meet all the people that she'd been telling me about, and, like, working with all the orphanages that we have and seeing all of the progress that WOW has made.
It helps me to know that, like, they are loved and they get treated and people want them, even though they think they might not want them. I just want to help them in any way that I can. I've built a relationship with all of them, and so like seeing them grow up and like knowing that one day they're not going to be able to be in that orphanage anymore because they're getting too old, or it kind of impacts like your life.
A little girl at one of the orphanages, and her name was Rosita, and when we were leaving, she gave Aubrey a bracelet, and she told us that we were her best friends, and that was just really memorable to me because it was cool to know that I had an impact on someone like that.
And what is the main goal of WOW?
It's just to help them know that God loves them and that we love them and that we're always going to be there for them, and that maybe one day they will have a family of their own.
Wow, it's amazing what you do for these kids, and you show us how much of an impact a single person can make on so many lives. Keep up the good work, Ina. This has been Larissa Bonaquisti and Lizette Burciaga reporting for Across Campus.
Thanks, Larissa and Lizette, for that report.
Hey Sarah, guess what?
What, Rebecca?
My mom's finally letting me get a dog, but they're kind of expensive.
Why don't you just adopt?
Well, I don't really know that much about adopting animals.
Well, let's go find out more.
Okay.
Okay, the organization we're talking about today is EARS, which stands for Education and Animal Rescue Society.
EARS first opened their doors as a non-profit organization to help dogs and other animals find loving homes. One of the society's main goals is to educate the public on proper animal care and keep your pet happy and healthy. They're committed to giving animals wonderful and loving homes.
We're an all-foster group, which means we don't have a shelter, so all these dogs stay in someone's house until they get adopted.
So it's just like having your own dog, but it's just for a temporary time period until it finds its adoptive family. Unless you choose as a foster parent that you do want to move and transition to be the adoptive parent.
There was one time when EARS helped with a big puppy mill rescue. A lot of dogs were in a bad situation, and that's when I came back and started fostering for them.
According to the Humane Society, 6 to 8 million dogs enter the shelters each year, and 3 to 4 million of these dogs get adopted every year. Through adoption centers, animals can find loving homes and receive proper care. But what are some factors that keep dogs from being adopted?
There's something called the black dog syndrome. So dogs like Sissy, if they're black, they just have a higher euthanasia rate. And there's different theories on that. People can't tell their facial expressions. But it's usually a lot of dogs that bark or aren't socialized. Those are the main reasons.
When you buy a dog, you are buying from a breeder. Why do you want to buy from a breeder when there are 5 million dogs dying in shelters all across the nation? There are 5 million dogs looking for homes, so adopting a dog takes a dog off death's row in a shelter.
I think it's better to adopt an animal because they've gone through more instead of buying an animal that has a brand new life, and usually the ones that need to get adopted are the ones that have bad families, so they need a new home. I would definitely say do a lot of research on an organization that you're interested in, find out kind of their processes and things that they do for their foster animals or dogs, and then from there reach out to them, and they'll probably have some sort of application that you'll fill out and really get to know the organization and their volunteers and the animals that they have.
Today we learned how many animals really need our help. I hope my mom lets me take home Sissy. This has been Sarah Wheeler and Rebecca Bankston reporting for Across Campus.
Hey Rebecca, what you listening to?
It's a new song. It makes me so happy.
It might seem crazy what I'm about to say. Sunshine, she's here, you can take a break. I'm a hot air balloon that could go to space. Well, I should probably warn you, I'll be just fine. No offense to you, don't waste your time. Here's why. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you feel like a room without a roof. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you feel like happiness is the truth. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you know what happiness is to you. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you feel like that's what you want to do. Hey, go. Bring me down, can't none bring me down. The love is too high to bring me down. Can't none bring me down. I said, clap along if you feel like a room without a roof. Clap along if you feel like happiness is the truth. Clap along if you know what happiness is to you. Clap along if you feel like that's what you want to do. Clap along if you feel like a room without a roof. Clap along if you feel like happiness is the truth. Clap along if you know what happiness is to you. Clap along if you feel like that's what you want to do.
Thanks for watching this week's edition of Across Campus,
where the news is
right where you are.
Across Campus.